What's up, and welcome to my Inktober 2021 video in which I will be explaining the meanings of my drawings and the inspiration and all that kind of stuff. This is my third year doing it, so if you are interested in seeing the other 2 times that I did it, I will be putting a link in the void to the playlist with those videos if you are interested. For those who don't know, Inktober is a drawing challenge that takes place every October in which you are given 31 prompts and are supposed to be doing ink drawings and sharing it. Sharing it can mean posting it to social media or even just, showing someone in your home. And as I mentioned, there are 31 prompts, so that means that you could either do one drawing and post it every day, or you could do a couple of them, or you can only post them once a week, or you could be like me and post it all at once. There's lots of different ways to do Inktober, but again, the main 2 goals are ink drawing, share it. So for this video, I'm going to be sharing my art. In the event that you do not want to hear me talking about my art, I will be putting a link in the void to my DeviantArt, and so you can look at the pictures in HD there. Forgot to mention this, but I will also have timestamps in the void if you want to just skip around if you're only interested in certain prompts, and I will also have all of the songs listed in the void. This drawing was inspired by La Cueva del Río Tarragona, otherwise known as the Cave of the Glowing Skulls in Honduras. So basically, this cave is a pre-Columbian burial chamber. And so basically, people would bury their dead there, and then the cave, because of its location, would get flooded. And then it would drain, and then it would get flooded, and then drain, and that cycle would repeat for hundreds of years. And as time went on, there was calcite that was deposited as crystals onto the bones. So the reason it's called the glowing cave is not because it actually glows, but when you shine a flashlight on the cave, it looks like the skulls are glowing. So I thought that was really interesting, and so, I showed a picture, and it doesn't look exactly like that, but that's the inspiration behind this particular drawing, was that cave. I thought it was really cool, and Ask a Mortician has a really interesting video on it, and I'll put that link in the void. Okay, not gonna lie, this one I got very lazy with. I just wanted to see how doing one continuous line would look, and that's how it turned out. This one is very personal to me, so you can see that there is kind of this individual, just this blank body, that has this little, spirit of sorts that's attached to it. And that's kind of how I see myself. I've described myself and, my relationship to my body as it kind of being like a rental car, if that makes sense. Imagine if you go to another country and you get a rental car, and it's exactly like your car. You recognize how it works and stuff like that, but it's not really your car, you're just renting it, right? That's kind of what it's like for me, for my body. It feels like it's just a vessel that I inhabit. It feels like a rental car. I just work here, okay? The vessel, I inhabit the vessel, I just work here. After my werewolf boyfriend pulls out. Your what? My werewolf boyfriend. I'm sorry, am I reading that right? So we're just gonna ignore the watermelon getting crushed? Watermelon. Hey, so does anyone have the not safe for work version of that werewolf pic? Just asking. I don't feel safe. Also, I dated a dude who thought he was a werewolf. That was interesting. Not as interesting as him calling his friend mom and supporting her when she kidnapped her siblings, but the attempt at trying to get me to roleplay some god-awful shit was up there. I'm sorry, what? I know I'm OP. This thread has absolutely gotten out of control. Hold on, OP. Aren't you the person who had an IQ of 4? I'm crying. Nobody's clearing anything up. They just deflect onto the next plot twist. What is happening? OP's the guy from the horny IHOP waiter post. The horny what? Since we're just listing them off, my favorite Rare Ralph post is the Pop-Tart pussy one. The what? Oh, my pussy, it like a toaster, go like Pop-Tarts roasted and ready. This one! If you do not know the relationship between werewolves and the word not, God, I wish that were me. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. I've always struggled to tell the difference between ravens and crows, and so I looked up a chart, and basically the long story short is that ravens are bigger and they have like arrowhead type of tails, whereas crows are a bit more rounded. So I just drew that so that I could remind myself. I wanted to draw a little ghost. I think it's cute. Not that deep. So when I saw the prompt fan, I immediately thought about how celebrities and, content creators on YouTube have fans. And I also started thinking about how much I do not want fans because I don't like the concept of having a fan. However, I conceptualize my viewers as content enthusiasts. So, people who are enthusiasts of my content. So, I don't know, this is just kind of, looks like a nightmarish representation of, God, I hope I do not ever become famous. I would hate it. This is my ode to Twilight. This is meant to be like Edward watching Bella. Twilight, yes, I acknowledge is garbage, but guess what? It's my garbage, okay? I am a raccoon. This is a little person that is huddled up and is being put under pressure and being shoved in a little box, and like all the sides are closing in. And that's kind of how I feel a lot of the time, especially since, the school is tough and I'm nearing the end of school and there's a lot of pressure on what to do, where to go with my life. I don't know what to do, and so I'm just under a lot of pressure right now, and so I drew myself being under pressure. This is a pic. I considered making a Minecraft reference, but I didn't. I assume that there's gonna be a lot of lemons being drawn. I did consider drawing something like with like an 18+ logo or something for not safe for work, because if you know anything about fandom and fanfiction, you know what the word lemon means. But I chose to do something wholesome and cute instead, and I'm happy that I made that decision. If you do not know the relationship between the word stuck and washing machines, you are too young to be watching my content. This is one of my first of many Minecraft references that I'll be making in this video, but this is basically, your classic A-style roof in Minecraft. I did that with my house, and I don't know, I immediately thought of it just because it is kind of like one of those beginner things. You see it in a lot of villages and stuff. So yeah, it's just, your classic Minecraft roof, and I thought that I would put it in there because I like it. I didn't know what to put, so I looked up pictures of ticks, and now I know what ticks look like. They're gross. Yep, that's it. That's my prompt. Helmet. I feel like normal people would draw a compass, and that's what I was going to draw at first, and then I thought, no, I'm going to make more Minecraft references because I can. And so then I did the crafting recipe for compass, because who do you think I am? This one isn't that deep. It's a collision between two cars. I think that's pretty obvious. Although I will say a quick PSA, fuck drunk drivers. If you're a drunk driver, I don't like you. Fuck off. When I saw the prompt moon, I thought of the double bisexual moon, which is a symbol that bisexuals use, and it's based off the biangles, but the biangles are a bit controversial because of the pink triangle. So someone decided to make the bi double moons, and I thought to put a little twist on it by putting in two faces instead. So the reason that I decided to make a drawing referencing bisexuality is because I've noticed a lot of just disgusting biphobia on the internet recently. So you have things like classic biphobia, right? You have things like saying that they're greedy, or that they're too gay to be straight, or too straight to be gay, or that they just need to pick a side, or that they'll cheat on you, etc. And obviously, you know, that's been around for decades, but over the last, I want to say 5 years or so, I've noticed this rise in like what you might, one could call like woke biphobia, I guess, because these are people who are just straight up erasing bi history, and this mostly comes in the form of saying that it's not inclusive or that it's transphobic, when the reality is that, you know, if these people opened up a history textbook, they would see that bisexuality has been inclusive since day one. And if you don't believe me, or you want to see the evidence for yourself, then I will leave a link in the void to a wonderful Word document that basically cites bisexual activists and, you know, articles, journals, bisexual people, surveys, etc. of people defining their bisexuality, and yeah, it's a really good Word doc. It goes, like, dates back to the 70s, I think, so it's definitely worth the read. Okay, this one is a very simple little doodle, but it means a lot to me. You know why? Because Black Veil Brides just dropped a new album! Literally 2 days ago. Like, I love Black Veil Brides. They're my favorite band. I've been with them since the very beginning, and yeah, they just dropped a new album called The Phantom Tomorrow, and loop is for them, because I've been playing that album on a loop since it came out. This is a sprout. I saw this prompt and I immediately knew I was going to draw my gerbils. Now, the art is pretty simplistic, but that is for a reason, and it is because that is how I draw gerbils. My notebooks are full of these little doodles. On birthday cards and Christmas cards or whatever, I will draw my gerbils exactly like this. This is my patented gerbil drawing technique, and so I thought that I would share it with you because I love it. I just thought of open signs when I saw this one. So. Leaky faucet, that's what I thought of. Again, not that complicated. So this is a drawing of a trilobite fossil that I have. I got this at the Tyrrell Museum in Drumheller, Alberta, Canada. And it is a trilobite. It comes from the Cambrian era, which is 525 million years ago, and is located in Utah. So I have it on my desk. I think it looks dope as hell. And so yeah, that's it. I saw Splat and I was like, yep, that's me. That's the sound I make when I go splat in Minecraft. This is another drawing where I did just a simple, like, line work. This is you can see there's a few points where I lifted off my pen, but I wanted it to be a single drawing. And I actually really like the fact that the people aren't super proportional or anything like that. I think it's a little bit more abstract, and I don't know, it kind of symbolized, you know, you have the two minds, and then you have the hands connecting, and that connection is like a connection of two minds in a way. Like when you connect someone, you're connecting with their mind. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's how I kind of interpreted the prompt. So this is probably the most Canadian drawing I've ever made in my life, which is a weird thing to say, but in Canada, it is very cold, and there's a high chance that you are, at least once in your life, going to need to jumpstart your car. And jump starter cables are a staple in pretty much every trunk you will find in Canada. The sun makes you crispy. Please don't use tanning beds. Please use sunscreen. No matter your skin tone, you can get burnt, and I would not want you to get crispy or get melanoma. So please wear sunscreen. The sun will make you crispy, and you don't want to be crispy, I promise. Growing up, people had patches a lot, but then when I was a teenager, like, it was popular to buy pre-ripped jeans. I don't see pre-ripped jeans as much anymore, but I remember when I was a kid, patches were all the rage, and we still have, like, in our sewing box, like, a bunch of patches from when I was younger that we never ended up using, but yeah, I saw a patch and I thought of when I was a kid and having to patch up my pants. I saw Slither and I decided to make a little danger noodle. I think he's very cute. I don't know if spotted snakes exist, but this one does in my world, and it's very cute. So this is probably my favorite picture from this year's Inktober, and it's me getting out of my skin suit. So you can see my braid. My hair is always done up in a braid. And the reason that I'm all sparkly is because I am obsessed with this one GIF that is this like sparkly being. And I just think it looks so cool, so I tried to replicate the effect as best as I could with ink, and I honestly think that I nailed it. I think this is something that a lot of people struggle with. This has to do with opening up to someone, and how when you open up to someone and let them see you for who you are, there is a risk there. There is a risk that you'll be, you know, rejected, or that people will not want you anymore. And so it can feel like taking off your skin and just bearing your soul to someone. And so that is definitely a risk. And I think that this drawing really conveys that feeling of being, you know, emotionally intimate with someone and very personal. Or even on here, like when I talk about some of my drawings with Inktober, that's how I can feel sometimes, because it's very weird opening up to random strangers on the internet. So that's kind of what it feels like. And again, the little sparkly is just because I like the effect and it looks kind of cool. So yeah, those are the prompts. This Inktober was terrible, and I basically speedran Inktober towards the end because I was completely unmotivated to do anything in general, and that manifested in Inktober as well. And so I didn't actually do anything for Inktober until the 28th, and so I ended up drawing the majority of the drawings the 28th and the 29th, and then the 30th I did the last drawing, and that was it. Right now it is 3 a.m. on October 31st, and I'm gonna post it today. I'm gonna dump all of the art today, so it's a lot. So yeah, it just didn't go well this year. You know, I prefer to do one drawing a day. It's a lot nicer that way, but yeah. I don't know, it just wasn't good. Your boy doesn't feel good, okay? If you have done Inktober and you want to drop, you know, whatever, DeviantArt, Tumblr, Twitter, whatever, put that in the comments. I think it could be really cool to go check out each other's art. So yeah, hope you liked it. That's it. Peace.